Hello Emily in Houston, Texas. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com. And with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare for your Rayban 5228, color 5043 in the 50i size, and of course color 503 I believe is the brown opal is what they call it. Of course your Rayban case, your Rayban cleaning cloth, and your Rayban 5228 frame, which is all dusty from being inside the case. Of course it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping, and I'm going to get that back to you. But this is your frame. Hopefully you can see the colors of it pretty well here. This is, of course, I'm going to take out the original demo lenses, one of which it says Rayban, so let me go ahead and pop all this out. And I'm going to take your frame and I'm going to put it into the tracing element of my edger and wake up the edger and hit start. Now this little stylus is going to pop up and it's going to trace the shape of the right side of the lens before moving over and tracing the left side of the frame. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy genuine, authentic Rayban frame and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses if that's what you want. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will be reimbursed for your purchase regardless whether they are prescription or not. So that is the shape of your lens, just magnified. I'm going to bring it down to a normal size, that green shape you see there. That is it. I'm going to magnify it again. I'm going to put your pupillary distance in. And let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. I'm going to move down and take each lens out of the protective sleeve. Turn on my Marco 101 lensometer. Make sure it's zeroed out perfectly, and it is. I'm going to put it on plus 50. Put the lens in and rotate it. Actually, there is no astigmatism correction, so I just have to find the optical center. Then I'm going to put one dot in the center of your lens. I'm going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Find the optical center and put a dot on it. That's right, put a dot on it. How dare you talk to me that way? Okay, so can you see that little dot right there? Now the geometric center of your frame is this blue cross. Your eyes sit just inset of there. So I'm going to put that dot right there. Now this is a block, or of course I like to call it Jenny from the block. I need to apply a double-sided adhesive sticker to this. This is what's going to hold the lens in place while it is cutting. And of course this little silver button is a magnet which holds it in place. So let me grab a couple of these. In fact, they're stuck together, so I'll take these two. I'm going to pull away. I've already put the double-sided adhesive sticker. I'm going to pull the paper away to show you the sticky green side. Put that in there. Where's my stylus? Here it is. Can't do anything without this tool. This tool. Okay, so the block goes on there. The block has been attached to the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. It's going to flip over there. Where's my stylus? I'm going to put that little dot. Let's put that there, right there in your optical center. Oops, I almost forgot to put this one on there. Let's pull the paper away. The green side is the sticky side. Get the magnets lined up perfectly. Hit that button, and now the arm drops down and places the block onto the left lens. Now, I forgot my flashlight. Come here, flashlight. Always keep it tucked away in over here. Now, the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right side of the wheel. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper and grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center with that little channel, that bevel, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens, so it will stay inside the bevel of the frame. So let's go ahead and wake everything up. That is your right lens. I am not going to polish it. I am not going to put a bevel on the front surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a light one on the back. So let's go ahead and put the lens in there. And to the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. But again, the magnet holds it in place there. And we're going to hit start. The door is going to close. The clamp is going to shut. And then the lens is going to be traced by two white styluses. It's going to make sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame as it goes around. And of course it measures it twice, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly where to place the bevel so that it fits inside the frame with no edge thickness. Now in just a moment these wheels are going to move, the lens is going to drop down in place, and it's going to begin cutting. And of course you see water in the background, but polycarbonate cuts dry. where plastic and high index cut wet. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. It is bulletproof up to 22 caliber and has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. It also has, it's an aspheric lens. A spherical lens simply means round in every direction. Aspheric is a much flatter curvature, so when you buy glasses from people online, they charge you for plastic lenses, which is no good. And if you want to upgrade to the thinner and lighter weight polycarb, you have to pay a fee. And then if you want to upgrade to the aspheric lenses, you have to pay a fee for that. This is someone else's top tier premium lens that you get for free just by buying the frame from me. Now, you did pay the upgrade for the anti-glare. The anti-glare is 3 features in one. I'm going to grab a lens without it. The first feature is that it eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but street lights, stoplights, computer screens, which is very important, overhead fluorescent lights. And of course, the other nice thing, the second feature, is it comes as a reflection-free lens. So if you're taking a selfie or if someone else takes a picture of you with a flash, you don't see the flash lit up in the lens, you see just your eye. So it makes for a much better eye contact. Let me put this lens back. And of course, the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, is it comes with the strongest scratch coating in the business. The machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to apply that, so they put the strongest scratch coating in the business to protect their time and investment. I'm just going to make sure the lens is clear of any optical debris. Now I'm going to tuck it in. Now, we're talking about changing lenses in the future, so here's what you're going to do. In order to mount the new lenses, you're going to tuck them in at the outside corner. And as you notice, roughly I have my elbows at my sides. I'm working on the side, the empty side closest to me. So I'm going to take that right lens, tuck it in at the outside corner, and then using my thumbs, press down at the nose. It doesn't want to go in, so I'm going to take it down a little bit more. I'm going to make sure it's easy for you to pop in, because as you were saying, you're just not sure if your eyes are going to change. You're going back to see your doctor again, and if need be, we'll replace the lenses. But I'm going to show you how to pop the lenses in and out just in case you will need to. And of course, years from now, when your prescription does change and you need new lenses, you don't have to mail me the frame. I can mail you just the lenses right to your home, and you'll be able to see how to pop them in. Now, if you notice, water has just kicked in. It does that for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. I've taken it down about 1/10 of a millimeter. And to all my American friends who have no clue what a millimeter is, it is the distance between my thumbnails. I'm going to take 1/10 of that distance off, going all the way around the circumference of the lens until it pops into frame easily. You can always cut more off of a lens. You can never add it back on. If I try and force it in there too large, it could cause your frame to stretch or roll, as we call it, which shortens the life of the frame, and it just makes for an ugly cosmetic feature as well. And since I cut every pair of lenses that get shipped worldwide, I am a perfectionist, and you want someone like me cutting your lenses. Let me hit that button to take the lens out of the chuck, or the Chucky, the old Charlie, the Charles. We'll make sure to wipe away any optical debris. Now, I'm going to tuck the lens in again at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, I press down at the nose, and it snaps in easily. Now, to take the lens out, should we ever need to, you turn the frame over. Now, I'm right-handed, so I grab the frame with my left hand. It's always with the thumb, it's always at the nose. I'm going to place my thumb at the nose. I'm going to put my fingers on the other side so the lens doesn't fall on the floor. And it's okay to torque the frame just a little bit. You're not going to hurt the frame as long as it's at room temperature. Don't leave it outside in freezing weather, then try and do this, because plastic gets brittle. But I'm going to place my left thumb on top of the right thumb, push down, out pops the lens. Do the same thing to tuck it back in. I'm going to hold the frame upright, tuck it in at the outside corner, and using my thumbs, I press down at the nose, it snaps right in. So let's go ahead and start cutting the left lens. We'll flip that over to L and hit start. Just like before, the door closes, that clamp shuts, and then the 2 white calipers are going to trace the shape of the left side of the frame this time to make sure that it's going to fit. It's large enough to fit in there. And of course, as always, measuring twice, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so it fits best inside the frame and you have no edge thickness whatsoever protruding from this frame. Of course, you are getting the thinner, lighter weight lenses, and you're also getting the aspheric lenses which are much flatter going across the front surface. Let's go ahead and take this block off. Now as your lens is grinding down to the final shape, if you can notice, your lens is completely flat at the edges, just like a nickel. If I were to take it, now it's getting the knife-like edge, but if I were to take it out just a moment ago, I could set it up on its edge just like a nickel, and it would stand up on its own. Now it's getting the knife-like, that V-shaped bevel, so it's going to hold it inside the bevel of the frame. So Emily, how come your doctor's office won't do this for you? They don't explain everything? And of course I'll explain that lever that just moved into place with that little wheel that looks like something you find on a Dremel tool. That's what's going to sand and essentially put the safety bevel on the back surface of the lens just to smooth out any rough edges that are left over from the cutting cycle. But your prescription is +50 in both eyes. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. And actually goes in quarter increments starting at 0, going up from there, 0.25 and 0.50, which is your lenses. So you need 2 steps of magnification. Again, there's a little bit of optical debris there that I'm going to remove using my fingers. So you need 2 steps of magnification for everything to see clearly. So in order to mount the left lens, again, my elbows are touching my sides, arms bent at a right angle, and the side I'm working on is closest to me. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner, then using my thumbs push down at the nose. It snaps in easily. Let me go ahead and remove this block. Of course I have it always dry those off. Now let's go down here. I'm going to measure, read the prescription off of your lenses. I'm going to put it in just over that red dot. And I'm getting +50, which is exactly halfway between 0 and 1, so that is made correctly. Again, we're at +50. Of course, let me look inside. Yep, just as I figured, +50. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me actually read the prescription. Of course, I want to check the pupillary distance. Yep, that's perfect too. Now, of course, in every video, this is where I take the time to explain that Emily in Houston, Texas, who's taking advantage of the free shipping and the free prescription lenses. Well played, sir, madame, or should I say. But there's free shipping anywhere in the United States. But when you get these in the mail, there's a very small chance that these are going to be too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and that's why 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But for now, I'm going to get them in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and press on the counter, you see them wobble, but they sit level on me, yo. So let me flip them over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly and they're not askew. And test to make sure the tension on each spring hinge is perfect, and that is. So, oh, hang on, I see a little optical debris down there I got to clean off. And of course, I give you, not only you're gonna receive the Rayban cleaning cloth, but I'm going to provide one of my own, and with instructions on how to care for not just your eyeglasses, but your case, your leather case, and cleaning cloth, so it will last you for years. I also include a photo request to have your picture on the website. Feel free to decline, but I'm going to ask. So if anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Emily in Houston, Texas, I hope you enjoyed watching as I made your Rayban 5228. Let's see, this is color 5043 in the 50 eye size, and hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.